New year, it's time to try again. Hey, so it's been time. Last year I started a tradition of making a kind of video diary looking back at the month I've just had. The only problem was my life got pretty shit, so what else was there to blog about really? 2018 to 2019 has been one thrill of a ride. There's a lot of catching up to do, but I would say the main points are I've got a new job. The main points being I've got a new job, I am now single, and I'm having a baby. Yeah, they don't make sense. That's why we're all great. We're all just great. So as 2018 came to an end, it was a sad time because the Try Guys calendar was done and I miss it, and they didn't make a new one. So we've had to settle for The Incredibles. Unfortunately, it is gigantic. It's huge. So let's just get straight into what I've done in January, because it's been an experience as always in my life. Oh my god. Don't know why I did that with my hand. The weirdness don't stop. The very first day of the new year was actually quite good. I was with my friends at Siobhan's house for a little New Year's Eve party. Pretty chill. It was basically just watching The Nightmare Before Christmas, playing Cards Against Muggles and eating pizza. All things I really enjoy. It was just nice to spend the time inside. I got a taxi back to Maddie and then I stayed up there talking to her and Tom, and then I fell asleep and I woke up and I was just feeling crap because there was just something in my body that was like, you want more sleep. And then I got home and I just basically dedicated the day to trying to like mainly write a blog post that describes the year of 2018. So the next day, on the 2nd, it's a very important day in the Brown household because it's my father's birthday. However, I didn't see my father just because life got in the way. We start with a midwife appointment in the morning. Everything was fine, and for the very first time I got to hear my baby's heartbeat, which was just an incredible feeling because the main part of my pregnancy has just been concern, non-stop worry that my mental state is causing damage. And because you're in that part of your pregnancy, I was about 17 weeks when I went, you don't feel pregnant, like you don't get as much sickness and you can't feel them move and you don't have a bump. So what if this is it? What if it stopped? But I heard the little heartbeat and they're a fighter. They're gonna be better than me. And then I had work for the remainder of the day, but I love work and it was fun. The next day I started my second new job, and again it was quite nice. I just have a lot of confidence now. So in terms of like my job, aside from the fact that they're bank staff and you don't have guaranteed hours, I really enjoy it and I love being there. So and then the following day I didn't have work or anything because they didn't need me in. So I spent a lot of it just sitting at home contemplating life, and then I got pretty down, so I invited my friend Scott over to just watch random YouTube clips and drag race stuff with me. It was nice to have that company, and I've tried doing more like just little meetups with people when I feel down because I really struggle being alone. No, technically I'm never alone anymore. You know, it's nice having someone who can talk back to you. Oh, I completely forgot. I also have to go to the job centre for universal credit because, as I said, bank staff job mean that I can't really afford this place that I'm living in. So you have to like go and they're like, oh, can you try and find a full-time job? And then I have to explain my whole life situation of why I can't find a full-time job right now. Basically because I don't think people are too into hiring someone who's gonna disappear in 5 months. Plus, like I said, I really enjoy the places I work and I don't want to leave there. Then I had the most boring weekend of my life and it was a train wreck because I should never be alone. Then there was just some chilling with Maddie, more work. There was a doctor's appointment on the 10th. I've probably gone to see medical professionals way more than I ever have in my entire life in these last however many months. I have a really great doctor who just listens to my incoherent rambles and understands them and tries to comfort me in a way. My dad also came around for lunch, bit of family time. Then we had, next day was work, and then a complicated day to explain, really, because following my doctor's appointment, I wasn't in the best mind space. I did something really stupid, which was go to a Spoons where I knew full well that other people were gathering at a Spoons. I felt upset that I wasn't invited to gather at the Spoons, so I wanted to make that point known, but I also didn't want to upset the person who created the gathering, and it just became a mess, really. Became a mess. A real big mess. And I'm sorry, I'm a mess. The next day was a Saturday. Myself, Siobhan, Maddie, Emma went to Cocina for some food, and then we just walked around the city having a chat. This is what we do. And it's really nice having that little girl quality time. I went home with Emma and her family are helping me try and find a house because I cannot keep a baby here. They were helping me fill out paperwork and get all that sorted, and I'm very grateful for Emma and her family in my time of need. And then I went to my house with my family, and the next day we went out for a coffee. Then we have some work, chilling with Maddie, more of those stupid workshop appointments. And then on a Thursday in the evening, I suggested about meeting up at the glass house with a couple of friends just to kind of have a catch up, because I hadn't really seen like my friend Paige in a while because she had been away in Wales. So we just met up, had a chat. It was really nice. And then the following day was work, and then in the evening I met up with Lish, who again I hadn't really spoken to in a while, and it was really nice just having a little catch up with her. So another weekend I kind of went home for. I went out for a meal with my mum, just snacks, and it was delicious. Then we had work and meetings and all of the boring sorting out shit. And then on the 23rd of January, we had the very exciting 20-week scan. Yep, we're already halfway through this pregnancy. That's how scary we are. It wasn't the greatest day of my life, to be honest. If you follow my blog, you will know that I have been having trouble with myself, which means I get very stressed. So I was worried that there was going to be something wrong with the growth of my child, which there wasn't. They are completely healthy, and it is so good knowing that. And I was also nervous about seeing a certain someone because shit. But luckily I had my mum and Maddie there, and they were great supports and tried to make it the day better. Unfortunately, I have a very stubborn child. Personally, like, I quite admired how similar they were being to me. There were two things that they were doing, which was crossing their legs, which I currently have my legs crossed right now, and every time I go and lay down in a bed to be scanned or something, they're like, uncross your legs. And the other thing is they constantly have their hand in their face, and I feel like I am like this a lot. They definitely take after mama, and that's a weird thing to say. After I went to the scan, we couldn't find out what it was, and it like devastated me, and I just kind of like closed up a little bit inside. I like knowing information. I feel like it's also one of those things that whenever people know you're pregnant, they're like, so what you having? And I'm like, fuck. Following the scan, I then met up with like Siobhan, and I stayed with Maddie and we just went to the food court, had some chips, and just went shopping for baby clothes. And I was looking at them like, I don't know what gender they are. It was really lovely seeing those two, and we managed to book in an appointment at a private clinic to get a new scan. So that meant I then had to get through work and GP sessions and a lovely trip to Zach's for my sister's birthday, because she's turning 24. That's not fucking scary. And I had a lovely tan. Like, it was me, Maddie, Harriet, and then a bunch of Harriet's friends, and it was just fun. Yeah, so let's just skip to scan day, which was Saturday the 26th, for anyone who really cares. So it started off as quite a difficult day because of me causing problems, just having this thing of getting trapped in my own mind of I didn't want to see a certain someone, because every time I see a certain someone gets upset. And then he didn't come, which I think was better because I felt a lot more comfortable, just me and Maddie and the random strangers who were looking at my exposed tummy. Saw that my baby was being stubborn, not crossing their legs, so I had to get up, do a wiggle, all the embarrassing shit. Finally, we saw what they were. I am pleased to announce it's a girl. Basically, I was really excited just for the pure fact of my sister really wanted me to have a girl, and I just wouldn't know how to break the news to her if I was having a boy. Even though I phoned her up and pretended I was having a boy, just because when it's not actually happening, it's easier to pretend. And then Maddie and I went to McDonald's afterwards, and we then met up with Scott, and we all went to Ed's. It was delicious. Delicious. And then we also did some more shopping, and I bought like my first set of like baby sleep grow vest things. I'm getting so lost. And then Sunday was my sister's birthday, but I didn't spend time with her because she swanned off to Manchester to go and see a drag show. So in the end, I spent the day with my best friend Maddie. So I went to Mothercare because I do not have the foggiest idea about what pram or car seats are best. And even though I don't need them right now, I thought like it was at least good to go into a store and have someone explain it to you. So I did that, and I found one that I quite liked. And then I also bought a really adorable little toy lamp. It makes a jingly noise. It's so cute. Me and Maddie also went to Pizza Hut for lunch because I've been eating out an awful lot. I really enjoy it. Moving on, nothing really happened Monday. And then Tuesday was a day off work. I went home and my mum took me and my sister to go and see my granddad. It was really nice seeing him. I got to tell him all about like the gender of my baby. He seems to be doing a lot better. Good. And that always helps clear my mind as well. Then we went to the Hungry Horse for a meal and that was delicious. Delicious. I came back and I met up with Emma and Siobhan, and then eventually Maddie joined because we were going to go to the cinema to see the like live showing of the musical production of Everyone's Talking About Jamie. Before we went there, we went to Pizza Hut and they goaded me into having a pizza. So yes, I ate out twice that day. It was a good day though. Then we went to the cinema and we saw it and I was like, a little bit of a review. It was just like, I wasn't like overly fond of it. Like it was still enjoyable. There were some funny moments. Like I love over dramatic gay flounces. And then the next day was work and that next day is actually 2-day. And here we are. I'm actually filming on the final day. So hopefully nothing interesting is going to happen in the next 3 hours. But yeah, that was my month. So this was weird. Yeah, always is. But I'm not going to stop doing them because I do not do these for anyone other than myself. I will see you, Ellie, next month when we're going to talk about February, which should be pretty exciting because we've got a lot planned already. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.